Hey guys, CDTVThaG here, and the G stands for Gunna, Young Thugger. What's the difference? Now that was just a little joke, but from what I've heard, Gunna sounds incredibly like a discount version of Young Thug. But I'm not going to judge before we get into this, and this project that we're going to be reacting to today is Drip Harder by Lil Baby and Gunna. Now Gunna is actually someone that I've only heard one song from and one featured verse from, and as for Lil Baby, I've heard absolutely nothing. I haven't even heard his very popular song Yes Indeed with Drake. So this is pretty much an experience that's going to be completely new to me. Like I said at the start, in that little joke, and it was a little bit of a joke with some truth sprinkled in there, Gunna sounds incredibly similar to Young Thug from what I have heard, just a bit less interesting. And apparently the mixtape title combines two things that these guys are known for. Like Gunna has a mixtape series with this whole drip thing, and Lil Baby's the one who's always hard or something like that, and they made Drip Harder. So what I'm expecting from this is just a lot of bangers, honestly. Even though I'm not familiar with their solo music that much, I'm assuming what we're gonna get is just straight up bangers, and hey, it could be really enjoyable. I might love this project for all I know. So let's start off with track number 1, which is off White Vlone featuring Lil Durk and Nav. Okay, I think that's Gunna. He doesn't sound too Young Thuggy here, so I like that. Maybe I'm wrong with that comparison. Maybe he doesn't always sound like that. It's just, it's so Young Thug, just less interested. Hold up there. That's a rapey bar. What the fuck? Got to suck dick on your period. You can't say no. I'm not hearing it. What the fuck? That's just a little bit awkward. I mean, you're literally forcing someone to suck your dick. I get the point. No, I don't get the point of that line. I don't get the point at all. Lil Durk, what are you saying? This bit of the hook is nice though. This is my favorite part of the song. He just has these weird ad-libs in the background where he's going, "Ay." It just sounds hilarious. Wait, I just clocked that there. Is Lil Durk also talking about codeine giving him the shits when he says walk hard, give me the runs? What are these Lil Durk bars? That song was okay. I didn't really get any idea from it of what Lil Baby and Gunna's styles are actually like from this song. Lil Durk, who's one of the features on here, I liked his part of the hook. His part of the hook was probably one of my favorite parts of the song, especially when he's talking about codeine giving him diarrhea. Yeah, he does have some strange bars on here, particularly the one about you can't tell me no to sucking my dick. Don't take that out of context. Please, thank you very much. And you know, Nav, his verse was decently enjoyable. So let's move on to track number 2. I'm hoping we get something a bit more special on here, something that stands out a little bit more. We have Business is Business. That beat is banging. Okay, I can fuck with the flow on this one. Ooh, those keys in the background there. That was a nice song. That's an enjoyable song. I can just put that one on and just kind of vibe out to it. I do like the kind of faster pace of it. The instrumental was really nice. I think it was nicely produced. And Gunna and Lil Baby did their thing with their flows. It's pretty much a beat and a flow song because lyrically I haven't noticed anything really that special from Gunna or Baby, but it was an enjoyable song and I'll give it that. I like that one. I like that song. Like I said, I'm expecting bangers from this. I kind of want to hear bangers from this, and that one was a banger. Say bangers more. Let's go on to the next one, track number 3, which is Belly. The beat is great again, I think. These first 3 songs have had the same formula though. It's a Gunna hook, a Gunna verse, then a Gunna hook again, and a Lil Baby verse. I hope they change that up. Okay, Lil Baby is flowing on this one. I like this. Oh my god. Give your goddamn producer a raise. This Turbo guy is doing a good job. Turbo is killing it on the production here, I will say that much. God damn. Again, just like the last song, this was another beat and flow song, which, again, this one was good, but if this is the whole album, I'm gonna get bored of it after a couple more tracks. Lil Baby pretty much had the same flow throughout his entire verse, but it was a nice flow. It was just really constant, so I liked that. It gave the track this whole thing where it was just always moving forward, which felt nice. And Gunna had quite a few nice flow switches actually on this one. Thing I've noticed as well is these guys really are a fan of Vlone. They really like that brand, I guess. Like I said at the start, I do hope they change up the formula that they seem to have a little bit so far, because, you know, Gunna has done every single hook so far. The last two songs have just been Gunna doing the hook, a Gunna verse, and then a Lil Baby verse. I hope that's not the formula throughout the whole thing, because that would get really predictable. Again, it was an enjoyable track, but nothing too special. So let's go to track number 4. Let's see if this one is it, Chief. We got Deep End. Oh, and this one is this is a Lil Baby solo song. So there we go, we got a switch up. That was an offbeat flow and a half. Whoever thought of that, be consider me the best. Whoever thought, I need to figure out how I feel about Lil Baby's voice, man. I really can't figure it out right now. Why does he have these really offbeat flows? It's scaring me that we're 4 tracks in and it's already difficult to find stuff to say about these tracks. But yeah, I'm just trying to kind of figure out how I feel about Lil Baby's voice, because I really don't know right now. I like that kind of melodic side to it that he has, you know, melodic stuff always sounds nice. And for the most part, he knows how to ride a beat, despite the very awkward, rare offbeat line on this song. There's just not too much that's striking me that's saying, oh, this song is amazing. Very good production yet again. The beat was banging on this one. That piano production with some nice thumping bassy kicks. Let's go to the next one, track number 5, World Is Yours, and this is a Gunna solo song. So now let's see what he can do. Let's see if he can carry the track on his own. Where did that bass go? The kicks just vanished. The beat on this one is very strange because the kicks on it are incredibly spaced out. Like there will be 2 kicks that will hit, and then it's like, it's a long pause until the next one kicks in. So that's kind of interesting, but I think it just sounds a bit odd. It doesn't really work. Yeah, that was easily my least favourite song on this project so far. I can appreciate the fact that the beat tried something a little different by spacing out the kicks so much. It's interesting that it did that, but it also gave the beat this feeling like it never really got started, you know? It just always felt like Gunna was rapping over kind of like a beat breakdown. Also, I've really noticed, like, I know lyrics are obviously not the focus of this project. It's not going to be an important thing on here, but he keeps mentioning the exact same things. Like, it's always the same brands that are getting mentioned. He's mentioned VS1 Stones before. He's mentioned Off-White. He's talked about all this stuff before on this exact same project. I don't know. I'm perfectly fine with just listening to a flex track or a track that doesn't have much lyrical substance, but, you know, there needs to be at least like a little bit of a switch up to make things interesting, or an entertaining line here or there. But Gunna didn't really bring that on here. I wasn't a fan of this track at all. My lighting wasn't plugged in properly. Up next, we're back to another Lil Baby and Gunna song. We have track number 6, which is Underdog. Ooh. Okay. Another song with a hook by Gunna. Same formula again. But that beat, holy shit. Ooh, those flutes. God Fucking damn, the production on that song. Man, that was my favorite beat on the album so far. I love the beat on that. I wasn't even focused on what Lil Baby and Gunna were doing because that shit was thumping so hard. So hard. Just that little flute in the background of the instrumental, that shit was beautiful, man. That woodwind, whatever it was. Then I think there was maybe a couple of piano keys in there. There was almost like this kind of like bell sound or like a xylophone type of sound in the background. It was nice, man. Another song that stuck to the same formula that the rest of them have, but that was a song where I could literally just enjoy it for the beat, and the rappers were kind of like another instrumental over the beat. It was just another layer that added a little bit more to it, you know? Yeah, I really liked that song. It was literally, that song was basically just an instrumental to me, but I really, really liked it. So next up, we have track number 7, I Am.
Baby,
oh, we're breaking the formula, starting off with a baby verse.
she told me she love me, I feel for it. Got real niggas sitting in jail for it. Got a pack, I'ma put it in the mail for it. On the hunt for the money, I smell for it. When you coming in, let them stack up. Don't ride my way, dog, back up.
I really like what he's doing on here. I don't even care, this is fun.
Run the money your way up. Life ain't sweet, ain't no way up. Drip for say they gotta pay up.
Alright. I was struggling to figure out Lil Baby's voice earlier, and I don't know if it was just the beats or something that he wasn't necessarily working with so well, but his melodies and little bits of like harmonizing on here, they're really nice. I really like how Lil Baby sounds in this song. Maybe I'm gonna end up really liking this project by the end. I guess we'll see how this goes.
Bro took a loss and I picked them up. We stay together, they ain't rich as us. Drip for say they gotta pay us. I stay down and I came up.
It's actually another song that I really enjoyed on this project, man. The production on this one, again, as it has been on almost every track, was really good. We had something just with a little bit more, almost more of a dramatic sound on this. Really, really liked Lil Baby on here, man. I really kind of felt the melodic style he was going for, and his hook on here has probably been my favorite hook on this project so far. I'm starting to kind of figure out what I think my issue with this project is so far, and I think my issue is Gunna. I just do not find Gunna interesting at all. His voice is okay, but I feel like Lil Baby just stands out so much more. And I think I'm starting to realize that now. Maybe I'm just not a fan of Gunna. I think that's what it might be. But let's see as we go into track number 8, which is Seal's Pills.
Jumped in that Benz and I peeled off. Right out of 10, I'ma spin it all. Blue 10, on a Wednesday. Steady Benz, heard your rent one paid. Need a lean, addicted to the R. Man got a double R.
How many times are you gonna mention double R? Holy fuck.
Louis Supreme jean jacket for my baby.
Another mention of Supreme.
I put VVS on his neck.
Another mention of VVS. Nah, I wasn't feeling that track. I think this is probably one of the first tracks where I didn't feel like the production was that great on this album. You know, the beat had this kind of, I don't even know how to describe it, kind of like a breezy, airy sound to it, and I don't feel like that sound actually works that well with Gunna or Lil Baby. So yeah, I didn't like how they worked with the beat on this one. I didn't actually love the beat itself that much. And again, I know I've mentioned it already, but the lyrics are really starting to get repetitive on this thing. You know, we got another mention of double R, VVS, Supreme jackets. Switch it up, please. Well, next up, we have track number 9. We have My Jeans featuring Young Thug. So we'll get to hear some Gunna and Young Thug maybe back to back on here and see if that comparison makes sense when we hear them on a track together. I'm looking forward to it though, because for the most part, I do enjoy a lot of Young Thug's music. I guess we'll find out how this sounds. Let's go. Track number 9, My Jeans.
If I ever get a check, you the world, girl. See you going up and down, roller coaster. I'll be the happy, you be my host.
Was that a romantic bar involving a gun as a metaphor? I'll be the FN, you be my holster. That's just some shit every woman wishes a guy would say to them. I like that though, because that bar was actually kind of entertaining.
I hit the target with the bullseye. Loot on the pigs and top out that line, might get a breeze. Yeah, my travel kitty just go to yeah.
Hearing them back to back with Young Thug on this song, like when you hear them right next to each other, he doesn't sound too similar on this specific track, but I still can't move past that comparison, man. I still can't move past it.
Don't trust a rich nigga. Yeah.
That was a decent song. Young Thug came through, did his thing on the hook. I'm running out of things to say about this album because there's not much going on. I can give praise to that Lil Baby lyric, I'll be the FN, you be my holster. It's just funny, kind of the contrast of how non-romantic a gun is, and using that as your metaphor to say that you're gonna love this girl forever. I thought that was funny. That's the main thing I got from that line. Again though, nothing too special, man. There's not a lot on here that I'm gonna come back to, I'm feeling like so far. So far, Underdog and I Am, those are the bangers on here. Well, we're closing into the end now. Not many tracks left. Let's go into the fourth last track, Style Stealer, which is a Gunna solo song. So I'm hyped for that. They're trying to steal your style, dog. They're trying to steal your style, dog. Steady biting the sounds. Is this a song Gunna made about what he does to Young Thug? Got him. My issue is definitely Gunna. Lil Baby I'm undecided on, but Gunna is... it's a no for me right now, man. It's a no for me. That song was boring, and we just had to get a ball like Curry lyric. God damn. There's not a more generic rap bar around than ball like insert basketball player's name here. Oh well, let's go to the next track, track number 11. This time we got another Lil Baby solo track, and that is Close Friends.
Started off as close friends. Somehow you turned into my girlfriend. We used to tell each other everything.
Is that a little bit of emotions on here? It's actually a song with some sort of like focus in the subject matter, you know? He's talking about his girlfriend on here. He sounds like he's really surprised that it happened though. He's like, we started off as close friends. Somehow you turned into my girlfriend. I mean, were you not paying attention? Did you not know what happened along the way to make that happen?
Lose my cool and all. Man, I know that shit was wrong. I shouldn't have did what I did. I even did the unthinkable. I'm sorry for what I did to you. We started off as close friends. Fan your own balls, bitch. She look like Beyonce, but damn what them bras say. I fucked them all the first day. Why you tripping anyway? Like when I fuck them, I don't pay.
What is this? This second verse seems like it's going way off track. As this thing goes on, I'm warming up to Lil Baby more and more, honestly. It's going the opposite way for both of them. As the project goes on, I'm feeling Gunna's stuff less and less, and as it goes on, I'm feeling Lil Baby stuff more and more. This is the only track so far, I'm pretty sure, that's had some sort of kind of emotional substance to it, where he's talking about relationships essentially, and I believe from the lyrics that he cheated on this girl, and it just didn't end so well. Good stuff on that one. I liked it. Like I said, one of the only ones with emotional substance to a degree so far. So let's go on to the second last track on the album, the next track, which is Drip Too Hard. I believe this was a single that they released before this project. I haven't heard it yet, so this is going to be my first time hearing this song. Turbo has a lot of production credits here.
I bought a new Patek, I had to watch so I two-tone. Taking these drugs, I'm gonna be up until the morning. Then ain't your car, you just a Lisa, you don't own it. I'm from Atlanta where young niggas run shit. I know they hating on me, but I don't read comments.
That flow is nice, man. God damn.
I don't want your chain, I'm gon' run another slave. I had that drop that too many, but you getting saved. Drip too hard, caution on the floor. You gon' fuck around and drown, trying to ride a nigga way. Drip too hard, don't stand too close. You gon' fuck around and drown. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road every other night, another movie getting mad.
Damn, that was just like a short and sweet track. I can see why they released that as a single as well. Honestly, that was one of the best tracks in terms of the flow in the whole album. I'm sure you're not going to be surprised when I say this, but Lil Baby was a highlight on this track for me. His flow on the first verse was really nice. He really killed it, and it fit perfectly with how the instrumental was going. And you know what? I like Gunna on here. I like Gunna's verse. I think overall this was just a really enjoyable, nice, short and sweet song, and it makes sense why they would release this one as a single. I don't think I need to say too much more about that one. I just thought that was a really enjoyable song, and that's definitely one that I could listen to again from here. So next up, we have the final track on this project, Never Recover, which features Dad of the Year 2018 Drake. This should be interesting. Let's see what Drake does on here. Oh, we got a Take Keith beat, okay.
Look, I bring her money to change up the topic. I got a 19 and it folded in my pocket. She gave me a number, now I gotta block it. I'm mixing the dirty bills in with the profit. One hell of a year and the niggas still dropping. They wanted to stop.
Okay, he's going in on here.
Like Shorty was feeling you. She told a story like she split the bill, but you look at my story, man, no one could write it. Now I see a million, I don't get excited. Please don't be stupid, it's Baby and Gunna, and Baby, he wanted it, so I just swung her. Next time I'm in Dallas, I look for another. You niggas fell off, you never recover.
I want to say, I think Drake's monotone voice actually worked perfectly with a beat like this. It sounded kind of menacing, which was the sound he was going for. That was a nice verse from Drake.
Run up my check, my bitch sprinter to show them. Samples of M by the bed for my brother. Painted out black, the interior butter. Red one like I'm Kevin Gates, and I I swear to God, I don't get tired.
Some Kevin Gates references there.
Maybe by the time you get back, I'ma switch up my number. Capture a friend like I've been on a bumper. Lately, I've been the topic of discussion. Check out what foreign they shooting from Russia.
It's like the first Take Keith beat I've heard that doesn't sound like Look Alive. Damn, that was a good way to end the project. That track went hard. And I really like the kind of way that this one was laid out because, you know, it was just back to back to back. It was Drake, then it was Gunna, then it was Lil Baby. You know, there wasn't any hook really or anything like that on this song. It was just back-to-back verses. Really liked what Drake had to bring on this one. His voice fit in with the type of beat and the type of sound he was going for. Gunna, I think you guys know my thoughts on Gunna, but like, if Gunna put out a verse that I liked, I would say it, but I don't feel like he did anything too special. His verse got... I got a bit bored of his verse as we got towards the end of it, and Lil Baby was pretty good on here too. Honestly, I think the best part of that song was Drake. I think that was a good way to end it, you know, a nice energetic ending to the album. So overall, how do I feel about Drip Harder by Lil Baby and Gunna? Well, Gunna, I am not a fan of from what I heard on here. I haven't heard any of his solo music really, but from what I've heard on this project, I just don't like his sound. It doesn't really interest me in the slightest. Now that I've heard more of his music, I feel like I can kind of move past the Young Thug comparison. It's a lot less apparent on a lot of the tracks on here. As for Lil Baby, I don't think he's amazing or anything. I didn't love everything that he did on here, but I think he has the best parts of this project. Really liked his solo track, Close Friends. I think he was great on Drip Too Hard, and he put in a great performance as well in I Am. Definitely what I got from this is that I want to check out at least one Lil Baby solo project, and Gunna, I'll check out a solo project from him just to see if it sounds different to what he did on here. Overall, there isn't a whole lot that I'm going to revisit from this project. I don't think it was anything amazing. Yeah, there's definitely some tracks that I think I'm going to revisit on here. I think I really liked Belly. Can't even remember at this point. Underdog, I Am, Close Friends, Drip Too Hard, and this song, Never Recover. So I got about 6 tracks that I don't love all of those 6 tracks, but I enjoy them to varying degrees. I think it's okay. Could have been a lot better, but if this is Lil Baby and Gunna's style and it appeals to a lot of people, then that's fine. They can keep doing it. So yeah, that's how I feel about this one. Definitely liking Lil Baby more than Gunna. As a whole, I don't really love either of them in terms of how they sound on here. And so if you guys have heard this project, what do you think of it? Let me know down in the comments below. And even if you haven't heard this, just what are your general thoughts on Gunna and Lil Baby? Also let me know that. Let me know if there's any solo songs from either of those guys that I should check out that are really good. That's all I got to say for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You can leave a like if you enjoyed this reaction, and of course subscribe if you want to see more like this one. You can follow me on my social medias that I share with my twin. That's Twitter at CDTV Productions, Instagram CDTV Productions, and I will see you guys all in the next one. This is CDTV the G, signing out.